Hello, I'm David Wasson with CAPS, manufacturer of the Herc Reynolds 40-ton compact hybrid package unit. This short video is going to go through the setup, installation, and operation of this HVAC unit. It's a 5-function machine. It can do cooling, heating, dehumidification, 100% outside air, or 100% return air. The first step in the setup of the 40-ton hybrid unit is to determine how it's going to be transported. You have two options for that. The first is the integrated forklift pockets located at the bottom of the skid. The second is a certified lifting stacking cage, which has 4 iPad padlets on each corner, which can allow for a single point lift in there. The rigging instructions are affixed to the front control panel. A couple other items you want to consider when you're transporting the unit. First of all, the weight tag is located on both sides of the unit. This particular unit weighs 7,300 pounds. And then the center of gravity is clearly marked on all 4 sides. So when you are rigging it overhead, you can adjust the tag line or the lift point in order to find the center of gravity in order to safely position the unit into place. Please keep in mind that when you're setting the unit down on a surface, it's a good level, stable surface, as it is a 7,000-pound unit. The next step in our setup procedure is going to be to verify the power requirements. That's located here on the CAPS data tag. As I mentioned earlier, this is a multi-function machine that can do heating, cooling, dehumidification, handle outside air, return air. If you're going to be operating it in cooling mode, you're going to need 91 amps. If it's in heating mode, 172. And in DH mode requires the largest amount of power, which is 244 amps. You'll want to ensure that whatever mode you're operating the machine in, that it coincides with that minimum power requirements here. That's either hooked to the customer's permanent power or in your generator sizing. Our next step in the installation is going to be to run our power cables. As you can see here, we've got a ground. On these, we're going to remove the dust and weather caps from these, L1, 2, and 3. And you always want to hook up your ground first. When you're hooking up power, that's secured for safety. Then we're going to continue with the L3, just working up L3, 2, and then 1. Then we're going to energize the unit and verify that we have the right phase, which means that all of our motors, compressors are turning the correct direction. We do have a built-in safety for the machine, that if it is out of phase, it will not allow the machine to operate, and it will give you an illumination or red light on the front panel. Now that we've got our power hooked up, we ran our cables nice and neat. We're going to go to our main power source, remove the lockout tag out from the machine, from our breaker, energize the cables, and then we're going to check the power and phase and make sure it's in the correct phase. Okay, we removed our lockout tag out from our primary power source at our breaker. All of the CAPS equipment comes with integrated breakers built into the machine that protects the entire machine. Your breakers just needs to protect the cable that's feeding the machine, either it be from a generator or a permanent power source. So I'm going to simply just energize the main power. 2 things have happened now. Our main power light has come on, which is a good. The second, though, is we have a phase incorrect light on. That red light indicates that 2 of our phases are reversed, thereby the machine is locked out, will not run. We're going to disconnect power here. We're going to lock and tag out our power from our power source, reverse 2 leads, and we'll give it another try next. Okay, we reversed 2 of the phases on the incoming power at our cables at our unit. We removed our lock tag out off of our switch gear. So now the cables are energized again. We're going to again close the main circuit breaker. This time I get a power light and the phase incorrect light is off. So the machine is currently phased properly and ready to be started up. We're going to disconnect power here for now while we continue our setup. Okay, our next step is going to be for our condensate. What is condensate? Well, since this has an evaporator cooling coil, when it brings in warm, moist air through the air conditioner and it's in cooling mode, hits the dew point and makes water. We've got a P-trap here, though, that is not primed. So the next step in our setup is we want to make sure that this P-trap gets primed, because we're on the negative side of the fan. You want to make sure you either use a bottle of water or a hose. You just simply put a bottle of water in there and fill it full. There, that's completely full. Now we've got a good prime on there, so when the unit does come on and start making water, the gravity will come down and push the water out. This can be plumbed to sanitary or to off-site, or just simply go on the ground. It's clean water. Our next step is our ductwork, hooking it up. The 40-ton hybrid comes with 3 supplies. Right here is noted 1, 2, 3. And then it's got 6 inlets here on this side here. The unit can be used for outside air, which means we're going to take in just air from the parking lot here. 100% outside air. We vary the fan speed to get cold air so we can treat outside air. Or we could duct it in from the space and bring in clean air from the space, condition it, put it out. We're just going to demonstrate here hooking up the ducts. They all work pretty much the same way. All of the duct collars here, you want to check here. We pop the pins on it, the G-latch. On the direction of air, all your ductwork has got an airflow. So this is the supply, so it's the outlet. You want to make sure that the ductwork is pointed in the direction of flow. If this were hooked up to the inlet, the arrow would be pointing toward the unit itself. So we're opening up we're going to hook up 2 of them on here. These units do have a 7-position quadrant damper, so you're able to hook up multiple ducts, whether it be 2 or 3, and you're able to balance the air in between the different lines. One line might be longer, needs more air. One line might be shorter, needs less air. The G-latches work the same way on the return side. You pull the pin on these, open up all the doors. If you're going to run outside air, you're going to want to make sure that every one of the doors get open, because you don't want to choke off air into the system. Same time with your ducting it, you want to duct as many returns as you possibly can so that you use the efficiency of the fan, and you're also able to keep the static pressure up on the ductwork. So as typical installation for 100% outside air, all 6 of the intakes will be open. You can run the unit on 2. We recommend 3. The unit does have a 4 1/4 inch static pressure fan, so it'll push the air down 2 ducts. We recommend, of course, using 3 because you do more air volume. But that'll give you 2 setups for your duct work. And pretty simple. We've hooked it up here. We're going to pull in outside air, and this will plumb over into the space itself. And we're just going to be blowing 55-degree air into the customer's space. Okay, just to recap, we went over the initial setting the unit with a crane or forklift, the weight requirements, center of gravity. We've got our unit on a stable level ground. We verified the power requirements that we needed for various modes. We're going to demonstrate, all 3 modes here with cooling, heating, and DH. So we actually have this machine hooked up to a 250 amp service. We went through the priming of the condensate trap, hooking up the power and verifying the phase. So we've got the correct phase on there, hooking up the ductwork. So now we're ready to start the unit. Fairly simple. At this point, we don't need our hot gloves or liners in here anymore. We're finished hooking up all the power. So we're going to to start it up. It's going to be real simple. We're going to come right here, turn the main circuit breaker to the on position. We've got our power light on here. And notice here, I'll go over these real quick. We've got our phase incorrect light, which we used earlier in there. That was for having the wrong rotation right here. We've got 2 hour meters. These count the hours of compressors, number 1 and number 2. We have our cool on and cool 2 light. So anytime circuit 1 is on or circuit 2 is on, those lights will illuminate. This is a 40-ton machine, so it's equally split. 2 20-ton circuits. Anytime the heat's on, the amber light comes on here. Power light will remain on at all times. And as far as our main controls go, we have a main system switch here. Then we have control selector switch. You've got 3 ways to control it. Do it off your entering air, which is this thermostat here, meaning there's a sensor in the intake or the return air. It measures off of this thermostat. Set it at 70 degrees. That's what turns the cooling, heating on and off. Leaving air, there's a special controller here, and I'll go over it, called the 60-40 controller. You put it in leaving air, which is where we would have it right now because we're taking in 100% outside air. And leaving air, that control varies the VFD of the evaporator fan to get to a desired set point of, say, 55 degrees. Then you have DHUM or DH. That locks everything out, puts all the cooling, all the heating on, turns this entire machine into one large dehumidifier using the cooling circuit and the heating circuit. So to get the system started, again, we're going to use leaving air temperature because we're taking in outside air. Simply just going to turn the system switch on. That'll be the first thing we do. The second thing we do, we're going to open up the weather-tight cover here that exposes our thermostat. And you'll see we've got a potentiometer here. This is this right here is what controls our fan speed. So I'm going to move it up here, turn it up, that's maximum airflow. This would be minimal, so clockwise is maximum airflow. Then our thermostat will go for the same here. This main thermostat here, whenever you're in heating mode or cooling mode, this thermostat is what controls the mode. And you're able to vary the airflow here when you're entering air temperature. So when you're entering, this here is what varies the airflow. When you go to leaving, this discharge air thermostat at the top up here controls that. And when you put it in DH, it just overrides everything. The heat comes on, the cool comes on, and the fan comes on, 100% capacity. Fairly simple to use here. So we've got it in leaving air mode as it is right now. The processors are booting up. There's some timers in there, getting to get the pre-start. We'll put it in entering here. We'll check the temperature. Here, I'll bring you in here in just a moment, make sure that you can see. Yeah, we're set for cooling, so that looks good. Yes, there our fan is ramping up. Set our room temperature, yes. Here, and we got it set for 72. There we go. No, and no, exit, yes, here. So we got an 85-degree room temp. We probably got about a 3 minutes timer before our compressor start running. So in this case here, I got it entering. It would work off of this thermostat, just like a normal thermostat. Set the cool at 72, set the heat at 68, put it in auto changeover mode, and it'll go between heat and cool. Vary the airflow off of the potentiometer here. I just turn it to maximum here. Works just like a standard package unit. If I want to take outside air like I'm doing right now, there goes our first compressor. You see our cool light came on. If I want to do leaving air temperature control, I can move this up to leaving. And up here, it's set, it's got 82-degree temperature coming out of the unit now. It's set for 45. We typically set those at 50. And we can hold it down for rapid. And 50, 55. 55 is your standard temperature. You're going to set your cold deck at. And then you go enter there. So it's at 80 degrees. So this will vary the speed of the fan to give it cold air. Slows the fan down as the air temperature outside drops, so it starts speeding the fan up. This gives you 100% outside air unit if you're delivering 55 degrees. That's kind of an overview of it, but now we have both circuits on. All 40 tons are running. Condenser fans are on. We're controlling the 55 degrees because we're in leaving air temperature mode. Our duct temperature is dropping. It's already in the 70s. So we're going to bring the shot in a little closer here so you can take a look at how to actually program the thermostat. And if you want heat and heat, you can change it over to heat as well. In DH mode, it's just as simple as take the switch from leaving here, put it to DH mode, all the controls go away, all it does, it engages all the heat, all the cooling, and full fan. That's all you have to do for DH. No controls whatsoever, just turn the switch to DH. Now we've got heat and both cools running. All this machine's going to do is dehumidify and make water.